Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Caitlin from Caitlin Plans, and today I'm going to be setting up my 2021 planner. Because I'm a student, I like to do my planner in 6-month intervals, and I also just use a lot of stickers and inserts, so they kind of puff up as I plan, so I try to only keep 6 months on the discs at a time. This is the Big Garden Flowers planner. This is part of the latest planner release. Not the winter release, but the one before that, so the dated 2021 planners. I picked it because I'm a huge floral person. I love the gold and pink. This is just so pretty to me. I'm gonna get rid of this little thing. I really like the pastel look of this. This like intro page is so beautiful. I mainly picked this one for the dividers, which may not have been the best move, but the dividers make me so happy. So I want to keep the dividers. I kind of like the currently pages. I'm a little iffy on them. The monthly pages don't bother me a whole lot. They're not super neutral. I wish I had a more neutral planner, but the monthly pages are not like the worst. However, the daily pages are going to drive me nuts. They have this watercolor splash down the middle, which is subtle enough, but there's more watercolor up here, and then they have these flowers down here in the corner, which originally I was like, oh, I love flowers. I'm going to want flowers every single week, but no one wants flowers every single week. I don't know what I was thinking. And then I was like, oh, maybe they alternate like flower, non-flower week. But no, all of the weeks are flowers. To Happy Planner's credit, the flowers do change monthly. Like they go through a few different varieties of flowers. Like here's some lilies. But then it goes back to the first flower after 3 months. So I'm gonna get tired of that real fast. So that means I'm going to do a bit of frankenplanning to make this work for what I want it to. The first thing that I want to do, because this is on plastic discs, is change it over to these gold metal discs. I have my current catch-all planner on black metal discs, and I wish I could find another set of black metal discs because they're my favorite. I like the way that they match with every single spread, though I think gold matches with pretty much every single spread too. I think the gold will match better with the cover, and I don't know. I'm going to go with gold for this next planner. I don't want to take my current planner off of the black discs just yet. So basically, I'm going to transfer everything onto gold discs. But in the process of doing so, I'm going to kind of frankenplan this. I like to start by just using the covers and then kind of putting the guts into it. I don't think I had looked at the back cover of this quite yet. And this is so beautiful. Like the inside matches that, obviously. And this would be one of those covers that you could flip. So like this ends up being the front cover just because this Live Creatively is so simple. I could even stick a sticker right here, like a big square that has my name in it, which would be kind of fun. I'm sorry if you're getting any ring light glare. I realized that that was an issue when I was filming my planner lineup video, but there's not much I can do about it. Part of me also wanted to put the planner onto these floral discs, which, you know, it might be floral overload. The pink would be cute, but it doesn't quite match up. And also they're plastic, so I don't know. Plastic discs don't turn the pages as well, and I flip through my planners a lot. So plastic really isn't my favorite to use on planners. Plus they're pink, so they don't match every single spread. The gold will. I'm going to go ahead and pop these covers onto the discs so that they open like a book, and I'll be right back. So that piece is done, but it's not completely done because I realized I only found 10 of the gold metal discs. I'm not sure where the last one kind of snuck off to. I may have to rummage around in my craft room and look for it, and if I can't find it there, I might just A, steal it off of a different planner that's on gold metal discs right now, or B, purchase another set of gold metal discs just because I use gold metal discs so often. So I'm gonna go look for that and I'll be right back. So I've done some rummaging and there are no gold metal discs to be found. I'm also staying at my boyfriend's, so I don't have the full extent of my planner collection. One of these gold metal discs is probably in a box somewhere or like on the bottom of my planner cart and I just don't realize it. So I know this looks kind of stupid, but I'm gonna take one gold plastic disc and put it at the bottom. And then sometime this week, I'll go find more gold metal discs, either online or on my own planner cart. I haven't quite figured that out yet. All I know is I want to finish setting this planner up even if that means having one plastic disc. And I'm using it as the bottom disc just because it's going to be easier to swap it out with a metal one once I get one. Like, if I had it as one of the center discs, then I would have to deassemble the entire planner to swap this one disc out. If it's on the bottom, I can kind of just like peel up the pages and put in the new disc. So I have the planner that I'm using right here. I'm going to start by just taking what I know I need. So this cover page is going to stay because this is beautiful. We have this 2021-2022 calendar. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep the perpetual calendar. And then I'll keep the January currently page as well. I'm just moving that over to the new discs. Now that all the front matter is in, we can kind of start doing it on a week-by-week basis. I'm going to take the January divider. I'm going to stay with the Garden Flowers monthly view just because if I wanted to swap the entire month spread out with something more neutral like the Wild Styled monthly view, that would require me gluing the Wild Styled divider onto the back of this Garden Flowers divider because this is printed onto the divider. And I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to leave the months as is. And that means I'm going to get half of a week on this page, but that I am fine gluing the pages together for. So now I'm going to grab my Wild Styled guts. So I don't need the dividers, as I mentioned. And because I'm currently using this planner, the week that I'm showing on this half is still in my old planner. I'm going to start this planner on the week of the 4th. Even though I want to jump into this planner, the planner pages are being used elsewhere, so this is what's going to make the most sense. Though if I really wanted to use this planner, I could take this page and then stick it in right here and then glue it to this monthly view. So you have 28th through 3rd, and then this will get glued together, and then you flip it into the Wild Styled pages and it starts the week of the 4th. I'm going to go ahead and insert the Wild Styled guts. I'm going to keep the currently pages with the Wild Styled, but I'm going to duplicate them and also have the Garden Flowers one, just so when I decide what I want to do, I can take out the one that I'm not using. But I want to keep them together because it'll get lost if I put it somewhere else. Though I'm really debating how much I'm actually going to want to use these currently pages. It may be worthwhile just to keep what I have of this planner on the discs and then, it's already kept together, so I won't have a super hard time finding these currently pages. So let's flip all of these gut pages to the other side and we'll get started on February. So I'm doing the same thing by taking the divider, other half of the month, and then Wild Style guts, starting with this half of the calendar page. I'm going to go ahead and put the pages in through June, and then I will be right back. Now that I have all of the planner guts put together in the way that I want, and don't worry, I'm going to do a full flip through at the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead and insert some things that were in my old catch-all planner. First, I have this sticky note dashboard that I actually made. There is a video of me putting this together. I still use it regularly, so I like to have this in my planner. And that just goes right before the title page. I like to use it if I'm pre-planning. There's a variety of sticky note shapes and sizes here, so depending on what I need, I have the sticky note for it. It also forces me to use these Happy Planner sticky notes that I always forget about because they come on those little sheets of plastic and then you lose them. So by putting them together onto one divider, I actually make use of them. So I'm happy about that. Then I have this envelope that came in the Teresa Collins Be Happy box. And I like this for random scraps of paper. Sometimes if it's sticky notes that I've written on and I don't actually use up all the space, I'll reuse the sticky notes either by sticking them to the back of this or by putting them in this envelope. I know a lot of people who use these for receipts. I don't really hold on to receipts in that way, but this is helpful if I need to like hold on to a little piece of paper. So I like to have this right behind my sticky note dashboard. If it were in front of the dashboard, it would be a little hard to use the dashboard, so I keep it right behind it. And I honestly don't use this a whole lot, but it's still in there if I need it. Now I'm going to flip to the back of the planner. And this is a homemade dashboard that I used some scrapbook paper and a laminator, and these tabs are from Hobby Lobby. This one just says like a boss. It's double-sided, and I'm going to pop that in. I'm going to put a few sheets of filler paper behind this. I don't have a whole lot of big-sized filler paper. This one is the Squad Goals one, which is super cute. So this one's going to go in. Then I'm going to flip this. I have another little bookmark, and this one says Find Your Wild. This is from the Wild Styled Companion Pack, or Accessory Pack. It's from like the $9.99 Accessory Pack. So this one's going to go in right over here. And then between these, I use some inserts that I've made / accumulated. Some of these are a little outdated, and some of them I don't actually use. So let me just go through what I have. I have this weekly fitness goals thing that I made. I don't think I ever did any of the activities on this, and as you can see, I didn't even completely fill it in. I used the Wrong Fitness book to make this, and I really wish that I kind of went through with using this. So I'm going to keep it in 2021 in the hopes that I actually will like do something like take the stairs instead of the elevator all week. And I set it up as like a pick one of these actions and then pick two of these actions, and then every week I would complete that. But again, I still have to fill it out, so it's going to go in there. Next, I have my Lily Pulitzer print wish list. This needs to be updated because I have bought some of these pieces that I have on my list, like this Alpaca My Bags Opal Shift Dress. I already own that, so I do need to put a little dot next to it. But I like to keep this in my planner because I love Lily Pulitzer. Collecting Lily Pulitzer pieces is one of my hobbies. I need to find some more hobbies that don't have to do with like shopping. All of my hobbies are spending money. So I'm going to keep that in there. This was created using a lot of the socialite stickers, which made perfect sense because there were Lily Pulitzer quotes in that sticker book. Here we have weekly cleaning goals. I've been kind of keeping on top of this, but I, again, have not been super on top of this. So it goes through my apartment room by room. So we got bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, living room, and then there's nothing on the backside. And it just has like all of the actions that I should probably be completing every week, like wipe down the bathtub, clean the toilet, take out the desk trash. There's like a bunch of trash cans by my desk for like planner scraps, so I need to take those out. We got wash and put away dishes, clear off the breakfast bar. Like these are things that I would hopefully complete on a weekly basis to keep my apartment in working order. Some of them don't get done, but this is a nice reminder. Next, we have easy dinner ideas, and I'm not a good cook, so easy dinner ideas are something I rely heavily on, except I never filled out the insert. So I put some stickers hinting at what they could be, like this one is probably supposed to be pancakes, but I never wrote pancakes there, so maybe I'll fill this one in 2021. And then on the back side, we have these sample menus, which I also didn't fill out, and the purpose of this is to show myself like what I could get on my groceries and then use for multiple meals. So for example, maybe I have like chicken breasts on Monday, and then Tuesday I cut them up and have like a grilled chicken sandwich or a salad with chicken on it. I don't know. I was planning on filling this out and I never did. So that's going to stay in the planner. I don't know if any of you are like me and just like never fill in your planner inserts, but I have like a bunch of blank ones. This is a list of my favorite things as shown in stickers, and I like to keep this around because it makes me happy. This is a list of movies that my boyfriend and I watched over quarantine, and we gave them star ratings. As you can see, we didn't actually watch 2 of the movies we said we were going to. It's double-sided. I'm going to keep that in my old catch-all planner just because we're kind of done with the peak of quarantine, and it might just be time to start a new quarantine movie list. Birthday gift ideas, never filled that out. Same thing goes for places I'd like to visit. And I made this pre-quarantine, and then quarantine hit and we couldn't go anywhere, so this didn't get filled in. This one is a 20 in 2020 makeup products that I'd like to use up. So this is specifically for 2020, so this isn't going to go into my 2021 planner. This was a birthday outline for my boyfriend's 30th birthday. Again, this was last year, or it was in 2020, so it's not going to get moved over. Then I have a fall bucket list that I was super proud of. Like, I love it. I divided it up by month, and then I never filled it in because I was like, I can't do half of this stuff. We're on quarantine. Like, I don't know. It was just, I felt guilty wasting my pretty bucket list on like 2020 because it was just not a good year. So I'm going to keep it and try to reuse it in 2021. Get it done before Thanksgiving break. Thanksgiving break is already done and I didn't even fill in the list, so that's not going to get used. And finally, we have 2 vision boards. This one was like a monochrome pink vision board with some of my favorite things, so I want to keep that around. And then this is a wellness vision board, which I didn't fill in some pieces of it, like it could use an inspirational quote, but I'm going to keep that one too. Now that we have the back matter going on in the planner, I can flip back to the front. And the final step of any good planner setup is putting your name on the first page. I'm not too confident in my handwriting, plus I just like the look of having my name done in stickers, so I'm playing around with some different fonts. I have the Fun Alphabets book, but there's not anything that's standing out to me a whole lot. My issue is that this page is so dark that I can't pick a black font to go right here because it's just going to blend into this blue tone in the background. So I'm thinking metallic gold, which will also complement the discs that I have, with the exception of my one weird plastic disc. So then I looked at Be Yourself. And there's 2 different ones. We have this metallic-y pink, and then your classic metallic gold. So I'm actually leaning more towards doing pink for my name in this one because there's so many beautiful pink tones, and I don't know when else I'm going to have a chance to use these. I'm going to go ahead and pull the letters onto some wax paper, and then I'll come back and we can put them on the page together. If we're actually together. I don't know. That feels very weird saying. Just looking at the letters on the wax paper on top of the page, I'm very excited about how this is going to look. So I like to start with the center of my name. I'm trying to center it on the line. I think right here is going to be our best bet. I'm not going to press it down all the way yet. Maybe it's a little too far to the right. Yeah, that looks much more centered. So I'm going to secure the E. Then I can start building up my letters. I'm trying to keep them at a level height above this white line. This is just very exciting to move into my new planner. 2020 hasn't been great, and I'm sure that's the case for the majority of you. So hopefully turning the page into a new planner can kind of jumpstart things going back to normal. And that's not to ignore that there's a bunch of steps that need to be taken to make things go back to normal. But hopefully 2021 is better in the grand scheme of things. Oh, I spaced that perfectly. Now, this is a trick that I learned from Create with Mandy, and that is taking a disc to kind of smooth out those air bubbles and secure your stickers to the page. It also gets rid of those weird like white outlined edges and makes it just look like the stickers are just the page. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Doesn't that look so much cleaner? Doing this reminds me of those stickers that you rub onto things that we used to use at Girl Scout camp. I'm not sure. I don't know if anyone else had that experience. But again, this looks so much cleaner. Definitely recommend using a disc instead of the edge of your tweezers. I tried to smooth out a foiled sticker the other day using the edge of my tweezers like this, and it actually scuffed up the foiling. So now it has all these streaks through it. So definitely recommend a disc. It's a more smooth surface. And here we have it, my 2021 catch-all planner. Let me go ahead and do a little flip through. This is like my "Hey MTV, welcome to my crib" moment. So we have these lovely gold metal discs with the exception of my one stray disc at the bottom that's going to get swapped out. The cover is the Garden Flowers cover 2021. Beautiful gold foiling and flowers. I love flowers. You open up the planner and there's some stray sticky notes apparently. just because they don't like to stay stuck on their respective spot. So stay there, sticky notes, while I do my tour. Inside cover has flowers. This is my sticky note dashboard. Flip that over, then you have the Teresa Collins envelope, just a plastic envelope for miscellaneous things. My intro page or name page or whatever you want to call it with my pink foiled name. You know, pink foiling is probably the way I want to do 2020 this year. That's just the vibe I'm going for. So it says, hello, this happy planner belongs to Caitlin. Plan a happy life in 2021. Then you flip to your year at a glance calendar. I kept the original Garden Flowers one. Perpetual calendar. I kept this because it's actually more neutral than the weekly pages. It has a little bit of this pink watercolor, but like I'm not decorating this. It's mainly just I use this to keep track of birthdays. So at the beginning of the year, I write down all of my birthdays here, and then when I'm doing my monthly spreads, I can flip back to this and be like, okay, January, we have these ones that need to go into the monthly spread. So this is just going to be like writing, not decorative. Second half of the year for that. Even though I'm not using the second half of the year in this planner yet, I'm keeping this around just to keep the continuity of the flow. January's currently page is the Garden Flowers one. I think the other currently page for Wild Styled is in my current catch-all planner. January's divider. Then you flip into the January monthly, and it is that Garden Flowers with the floral accents. I might cover them up when I'm planning in it, but for now they're staying. From there, you flip and it's the first week of the Garden Florals planner, and I'm using these because this week is being used in my Wild Style planner in my current catch-all. So we have the Garden Flowers first week of January, then you flip. It goes into this weird split where I have to glue the pages together still. So this isn't going to get used, it's going to get glued to this half of the monthly. So what it should really look like is like a continuous flip from this week to this week. I'll get to the gluing a little bit later off camera. So then the weekly pages are just Wild Styled, fairly neutral. The pink still matches the Garden Flowers planner. At the end of the month, you flip and it is the Wild Styled currently page. Then it is the divider from Garden Flowers, and that same thing repeats over and over again. So you got your monthly view, this weird split week that needs to be glued together. And the best way to glue together pages is by using the Tombow adhesive roller and covering one page in adhesive. Got to make sure you get in between those discs, otherwise it's going to start to split apart. And then you take the page that you want to glue to it and you just flip it over and press it out. So I'll be doing that after this video. I may not glue super far in advance because at some point I might want to use like the Garden Flowers currently pages, or maybe I want to use a set of pages from the Garden Flowers planner for the week. Maybe I'm doing a floral theme that week and I just want to use these floral pages. I don't know. So I'm not going to glue them super far ahead of time. So it repeats. You got your Wild Styled, you flip, divider. Now I'm just going to go through the dividers on the rest of this because that's like the most important part. The weeks look all the same. So we have March, April, which says Choose Joy. I love this. This is so pretty. Maybe I'll use these for artwork in my apartment once I'm done with the planner. I could even use the rest of the dividers from the planner for artwork because they're not in the planner right now. Today's your day, and that's for May, and that rhymed. Why did that rhyme? And then June says you are beautiful. And once June is done, we have the July currently page, little divider bookmark. And then it gets into these inserts that I already talked about. So we have weekly fitness goals, Lily Pulitzer print wish list, weekly cleaning goals, easy dinner ideas, some of my favorite things, birthday gift ideas for my family and my boyfriend, places I want to visit, my fall bucket list, which will hopefully get reused in the fall, another vision board, but this time it's in pink, and then a wellness vision board. Then I have another divider. This one is homemade with some birds on it because who can go wrong with birds? And then there's just some filler paper. This is Squad Goals filler paper. I'd like to find some more neutral, just like black and white grid filler paper that fits the big planner, but I haven't done that yet. So right now this is what it is. Back cover, and then very back cover. So this is my 2021 planner. I am very excited to start using this. I am even more excited to get rid of this one plastic disc, but that's gonna have to wait for now. I hope you enjoyed watching me kind of talk through what I'm doing with this planner. So if you like this video, hit that like button down below. You can also subscribe to my channel by hitting that subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram at CaitlinPlans, where I share after the pen photos as well as photos and spreads that did not get videos. So I hope to see you there. Thanks and happy planning.